Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Simple marketing automation for effective lead generation. Now, I can understand if you're a coach or consultant, the goal you have is to generate more leads and convert them into customers that pay, stay, and refer. But how are you going to be able to do that if you're always, basically looking for new customers and also solving their problems? What you need is a streamlined marketing automation for an effective lead generation and lead nurturing strategy. So if you're looking for a way to ensure that your marketing communications are always on point, I want you to look no further than the Live Long Digital cross-channel marketing automation. Okay, I'm going to be putting the landing page for that in the show notes so you can get an opportunity to see how you can actually use effective marketing automation for your lead generation processes, because with our help you'll be able to target exactly the right audience and generate powerful relationships, and you can also retain the clients that you have and generate more leads in the process. Okay, so in this podcast, though, I'm just going to be showing you how to set up and why it's important to have simple marketing automation so that you can do and have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And if this is the first time for you tuning into the online experience and you're passionate about doing the work that you're meant to be doing and living an inspired life while doing it, you're in the right place, my friend. My name is Prosper Taravinga, and my mission is to help coaches and consultants like yourself build a brand that they're proud of and create a lifestyle that you love. The main focus of my job is to ensure that you make sense of the internet so you can use it as a tool in order for you to actually grow your business as profitable and enjoyable. And hence, everybody that listens to the show is called an internet explorer. So buckle up, and as we speak today, on the simplicity of email marketing automation and how you can literally take advantage of it so you can leverage your time and create the freedom that you absolutely love. Okay, so marketing automation is a big deal, and a lot of people don't quite know or understand it, and hence, some people love it or hate it. But I want you to be patient with me, because I'm thinking and I'm guessing after this podcast, you're going to have a totally different mindset where you'd basically be able to land and retain your next big customer opportunity using marketing automation, and you'll now be able to engage, convert, and actually communicate with the people that you're going to be demanding money off of lately. And you don't even need to be up during the night trying to connect with them, being tethered to your phone in order for that to happen. You can make that happen magically. So marketing automation has actually obviously created a buzz. When something works really well, some people just try it once, and then if it doesn't work for them, they discard it. Some people try and ruin it. As marketers really ruin everything. But if you really, pull back the curtain and really look at what marketing automation is, it is literally a game changer for coaches and consultants and businesses of all sizes. Okay, so it has created a buzz, by people that know how to do it well, and some people that are just trying to do shortcuts. And that's the reason why sometimes it doesn't work, because it takes a while to get it right. And once you've gotten it right, your customers will be thanking you because you're making it easier for them to do business with you. Okay, so like I keep saying, you would notice that this email would have been distributed to you using marketing automation. I would have recorded this podcast at 12 p.m. on a Thursday, in the year 2023, and I wouldn't know what date or day you're actually receiving this podcast, and it has been distributed to you using marketing automation. All right. So if you really look at it, you can literally leverage your time, your freedom, your knowledge, in spaces and to people that would not have heard of you had you always been on and tethered to your phone, right? So let the email do the walking, and you can actually take advantage of the internet as a tool to help you build a business that's profitable and enjoyable. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan of marketing automation. I wasn't before, and that was the hardest 3 years of my life. I'll tell you what was happening every single day at 2 p.m. AEST. I'll show up on Facebook Live, and then I'll talk to people live and hope to convert people on Facebook Live. Little did I know that people were just coming in for the energy and just to see what shirt I was wearing on that particular day. Had I implemented marketing automation, then leveraging the power of automation and follow up, I would have been in a totally different tax bracket by now. But anyway, everything happens for a reason. Or I would have been in a Ferrari wrapped around a tree somewhere because I'm going too fast. All right. So like I keep saying, marketing automation is a big deal for a good reason. My view on marketing automation changed during the pandemic, where I couldn't go out and meet people. I couldn't go out and network with other people. And, I actually started scaling my business, but it was using email marketing. And that's when I started seeing the compounding effect of that. And right now, the only thing I care about in my business is how can we grow our list, because it takes about 18 to 24 touch points up until somebody starts paying attention to you. So that could be 24 podcasts. That could be 24 emails. That could be 24 social media posts. That could be 24 LinkedIn engagements and things of that nature. And nobody has the time to sit around and wait for you until you figured it out. And if you can follow up with people that have just gotten aware of your content and keep following up with them, that then shortens the buying cycle or the buying journey, and you can actually literally show people how to do business with you. All right. So like I keep repeating, it is a big deal for a good reason. And among some of the benefits, not only personally, it can actually help you to gain and nurture contacts and actually push them through a sales funnel while you're saving yourself time and increasing productivity. Right now, my emails are going out. I think we send out about 200 or so emails every single day, and people are in different stages in their buying journey, and we can't keep following up with all those people. What I know and what I've come to realize is every month I get 3 marketing qualified leads that I can actually just push across, or just sit down and have a conversation with. These people already know me, like me, and trust me, and I haven't even done much for me to actually create that relationship, save for all the emails and all the content that I keep pushing to them every 3rd day or every 5 days, because out of sight, out of mind. So if you actually start really investing in your marketing automation, you increase your productivity, you actually start creating the relationships that your customers are craving for, or even your prospects. Yes, when you reach somebody for the first time and they hang up in your face, it's only because they don't quite know you yet, okay? But if you continuously show up in their space, they will be like, wait a minute, this guy must be valuable. This guy must have something to offer. Let me just give him a shot. And by any good fortune, that one email that you send to them may be the one that actually then changes their mind and they actually start paying attention. So you want to make sure that you're bringing value, you're constantly educating your audience, and you're putting your best foot forward. But the only way you can do this is through automation, because right now, yes, I can understand you might be getting word of mouth customers coming through. Oh, you're cold calling people, but half of the time, if you're cold calling potential clients and having them hang up in your face, it's because they haven't gotten to know you. They haven't gotten to know and understand your value, and they don't have time to figure it out. But if you constantly show up in their inbox, or you show up in their space, you now create that bias, which is, one of those biases where if you become familiar to people, then you become safe. And people that are safe are easy to do business with. So it sounds pretty good, right? But the real question is, how do you then leverage this for your business? And it's not enough to just simply maybe get a software that is going to work for you. I hear a lot of people asking me, which one is the best? Should I use MailChimp or ActiveCampaign? That's not the case. You literally need to create the system behind the scenes. You need to, then create a sales conversion strategy and always be of value and nurture the leads without expecting anything in return. And that's the power of marketing automation, because if you're going to be maybe sending out hundreds of emails without even getting as much as, hey, thank you so much for reaching out, you won't send the emails. But if the emails are being sent automatically without your emotions and feelings being involved, guess what? You, my friend, will be, creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And one thing that is actually very important, if you do decide to sell your business, the one thing that is the most important thing, is you constantly displaying reverence to your customers by trying to help them with consistent follow-up. Okay, when you sell your business, your customer list will be one of the most valuable things that you have, because these people are engaged, they haven't unsubscribed, and they haven't actually left and gone off to somebody else. So your own customer list is the best in the world. Some people go out and seek other people's communities, seek other people's, lists. You need to create your own. All right. And if you add and keep working on that customer information, guess what you will do? You would actually start creating a business that your customers will actually, be anticipating your communication, and that would only be possible if you're automating the communication. So you want to orient your marketing plan to capitalize upon the most valuable customer list in existence, and that's your very own. So I'll be talking about what that is and what that is not, and what that actually looks like. So in order for you to reap the rewards, you have to approach marketing automation as just one aspect of your marketing plan, not to then invest in a software and hope that it's going to do all the heavy lifting for you. And of course, for you to successfully get the rewards, you have to execute this marketing plan, and it actually starts with a well thought out strategy. That's why I'm inviting you to come and have a chat with us and see what we have actually done and how we can actually help you be always on point and to actually streamline your automation so that you're not annoying your customers. You're literally engaging them and then converting them while you're communicating with them on how you can best be of service to them. So when you start the journey for your customers, you literally are engaging them. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. So when you know these are the right kind of people with the right kind of pain, you need to be nurturing them, all right? So you can nurture quality or qualified contacts with messaging that is actually tailored to them. Maybe you have just finished doing a webinar or you've put a post on social media. You never know who is coming through, to your marketing, or who's coming through to learn more about what it is that you're doing. You need to set up and establish a lead generating, funnel. Because as coaches and consultants, we're always in networking events. We're always out talking to people. We're always passing on our business cards if you're that much into that sort of way of drumming business. And when people show up, they just want something that gives them some sort of a quick result, some sort of a quick return for having, paid attention to you, all right? So when you create a lead capturing funnel, some people, like I have always mentioned, 71%, yes, might be aware of what is actually happening, but they're not ready to convert yet. And then you're not going to be there to waste your time with people that are just asking questions and they don't quite know exactly what it is that they need and how your services would be able to help them, make sense of the world around them. So you can actually use marketing automation to nurture these quality leads with messaging that is actually tailored at them. If you look at our website, we've got a resources page that has a resource or an ebook that answers so many questions that we come across from our clients. So when somebody is just maybe asking for some sort of help, we give them that ebook. But within that ebook, for them to acquire that ebook, they have to sort of pay for it. In quotes, they pay for it using their email address, and then we start them on a journey, and then we actually automate the key touch points, and we start building a unique customer journey for them that actually helps us meet our audience in their preferred channels, in the spaces that they are in, without even asking for anything in return. Okay. And we then capitalize on reciprocity, where basically if you give somebody so much value upfront, they would then assume that you've got a solution to the problems that you now have. So that might take 3 days, that might take 3 months, that might take 3 years, and you're not going to be able to know each and every customer and what journey or what stage of the journey they are. So marketing automation will come into play for that. Now, can you imagine if the actual buyer cycle that you need to convert your customers, maybe 3 months or so? You won't be able to remember everyone who's starting their journey with you today. And if you really want to build a really big business or a business that's profitable, you should be starting a journey with somebody every single day. So that's where marketing automation comes into play. All right. How many people have you started a journey with today, and where are they within your nurturing system? Okay. So that's when you engage them, and when they're ready, they will reach out. So make it easy for them to schedule a call with you. Make it easy for them to book into your calendar, and then they can have a chance to have a consultation with you. Whether it's paid or it's a free consultation, just make it easy for somebody to press a button, or just look through the calendar and find the times that you're free for them to have a sit down with you. So it will then be easy for you to actually convert people that know, like, and trust you. And when you're on your consultation, when you've been taking people through automation, guess what? They can read your ebooks, they can listen to your podcasts, they can read your values and things of that nature. By the time you come to the actual presentation, it's just a matter of formality. People are only just putting face and name together, and then just really making sure that there's a person behind all this automation. All right. So you want to show your prospects that you're actually listening, and you want to act on the the stages and the segmentation that they are coming across, and you're actually helping them by actually helping them. People will tell you what future they're looking for if you actually set your automation well. You know what I mean? And all these campaigns will actually start converting these leads into conversations, and these conversations will then turn these people into customers that pay, stay, and refer. Okay. And in the process, you're actually growing your brand, and you're keeping your customers engaged with intelligent workflows. All right. Some people might get annoyed. They might not be your customer. There are some people that are genuinely looking for advice, but they might not quite be ready as yet. And I want to tell you something. Yes, you might be annoyed by the emails that you're receiving, but let me tell you, as a coach or consultant, we are always learning. We are always seeking a lot more information. So that's the reason why we end up in a lot more, mailing lists, and we think we don't want that for our customers. Whereas our customers, they just have maybe one mortgage broker, that they know, which happens to be you. They have one person who helps them with their health, who happens to be your business or something like that. They don't have 6 or 7 coaches and consultants that are bombarding them with emails every single day, unless maybe they're on Afterpay or some sort of e-commerce shop, which they know to separate. So you will be the only person, who is actually, engaging and nurturing your leads. And if you listen to the podcast that I did, I think about a couple of days ago, where we're talking about lead nurturing, 31% of marketing firms or coaches and consultants actually follow up and nurture with their leads. So maybe in the first 6 days, you would be, competing with other people in the inbox there. But after 6 months, you're the only person, and the last man standing, the last person to answer their question is usually the person that they get in touch with, because now they know you, now they like you, and you've stood the test of time. All right. So not only does marketing automation really help you, stop repeating yourself, because how annoying is it that every time you meet somebody new, they're asking you, so what is it that you do, how do you help people, and you keep repeating yourself, whereas you could just send them an ebook and then they can figure it out themselves whether you are the right person for them or not. And you only start working with the right kind of people that are willing and able to pay for you, because the only people that last after 3 months in automation, either that email address is not working, or they're not even opening your emails, or they are really, really interested. So you can always look within your automation tools. What is it that is, what stage are people in, and how can you actually reach out to them in person and say, hey, would you like fries with that? All right. So like you can hear from, the energy that I have. I mean, obviously all episodes are full of energy, but marketing automation really changed my life. I now feel like I'm a business owner, because every single day I'm starting meaningful conversations. I'm having meaningful phone calls. I'm literally helping people, and people are thanking me and actually saying, hey, how do you manage, to do all of this? And I just tell them I've got a team that is hell bent on your success, and people love that. Okay. So marketing automation is literally a game changer. You should reach out, to the team at Live Long Digital. I'm going to put the links in the show notes so that you can actually start building smarter sales funnels, lead generation funnels, so you can actually build a business that's profitable and enjoyable. Now, I want to ask you something. You've been listening to me now, I think, for 21 minutes. What would you do if you started having more demand for your services than you possibly could handle right now? Would you like raise your prices? Would you fire all those lousy clients that you just picked up just because you wanted the money? Or would you start choosing projects that you absolutely love? Because that's what I'm doing, and that's what marketing automation can actually afford you to do. And you literally will be expanding your business on autopilot. Wouldn't that be nice? You see, when we start these businesses, we nobody tells us that there's power in follow-up. And if you're not using automation or some sort of means for you to always stay top of mind of your clients, then you're literally just spraying and praying with your marketing and hoping that something will change, and nothing will change until something changes. So, when we speak to coaches and consultants, I've been in this game for over 10 years now. Each coach or consultant or small to medium business just dreams of a perfect customer that arrives from seemingly nowhere, already convinced that they're going to buy. And when it eventually fails, you know what they do? They build a website, or they build another course, and then just post a few memes on social media and wait. Without a steady stream of excess buyers, you would have to just accept whatever jobs that come your way at whatever price that wins those jobs, at whatever terms that are set by the buyer. I was actually laughing yesterday, although this came through my automation, but the fact that I said no to this job actually really makes me proud and, really secure of my future right now. So somebody reached out to us through the automation. We prospected them, and then they've been in the funnels, and then they came up with some sort of, barter idea that we will exchange their services for our own services. And I was like, okay, let's look at what this would look like. They own a co-working space, and you know what I could use a co-working space for? It is yet another address that I could use for my local SEO engagement. And also, if I'm gonna have another member of my team that can utilize that space, that will be an advantage without us having to expend whatever money that would eat into our profits, right? So I looked at the deal, and it was lucrative. If they came to me 3 years ago, I would have jumped on that, deal. But right now, I'm starting to choose jobs that actually, are a win-win for everybody involved, without expending my energy, without expending our knowledge and everything else to the advantage of the person who's just receiving it. All right. So wouldn't you like to be in a position like that, where you get potential ideal customers coming to you? instead of you trying to find them. And that is possible with marketing automation. I don't think I've said anything of note or something that you don't quite understand, or things that are, beyond the knowledge that you actually have. So if you want us to look at this, I'll definitely, show you how you can start earning trust before your sales process begins, how you can actually design a self-guided path for your customer engagement, because there's power in the follow-up. And then I'll also help you build a sales funnel that actually fills itself, and you can start just responding effectively to only the best opportunities that suit your business. And literally what you will do after that is you'll be able to market your service business in the most intentional way possible. Because if you've got funnels, all you do is like what I'm doing right now: just sit for 30 minutes a day, record a podcast, or do a webinar, or maybe do a social media live, or go to a networking event. Get people to start the journey somehow at different, angles of what it is that you can provide. And then you start nudging them towards booking a consultation with you. And once that's in place, you can literally repeat that whole process without you even having done anything. You know what I mean? Without you selling your soul. You literally just show up, give people what they want, and then they self-select whether they want to work with you or not, without you having that whole clacky, dirty sales talk. And when you now meet people, for the sales conversation or for the consultation, it's just a mere formality. And you start growing a profitable business. And the framework that we'll create for you will definitely guide your decisions, and you'll start gaining a lot of confidence while you actually offering the right help to the right people at the right time at the right price. No compromise, and nobody feels cheated. You know why? These people have taken the time to actually know what it is that you're offering, so you're never going to be negotiating for lower prices and trying to win business at the terms that are set by the customer. And if you feel like this is something that you don't need, well, you will definitely win a race to the bottom. And guess what that race has for you? A lot of trial and error, a lot of false starts, a lot of random acts of marketing, and there's no consistency in your messaging. There's no consistency in your brand, and people don't have time for that. So you would understand, in the old days, we used to maybe generate leads and capture the details in a database, and then would construct email campaigns, to this list of leads. And then if you were maybe using email marketing software, it would actually tell you which emails have been opened and which ones haven't been. So you could actually then start following up, and you do the manual setup for each email, and you attach the list and then press send. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of tinkering with setups and things of that nature. It was massively labor intensive. And that's why most companies don't even have a very sophisticated campaign. Have you ever noticed, even your telephone company, you only receive an email from them when you just join. After that, nothing. And you've got a contract with them for 2 years, and they have an opportunity to sell you laptops. They have an opportunity to sell you more mobile phones for your family, mobile contracts for your business, all of that stuff. But they don't. You know why? Because they haven't figured out that automation is king. All right. It's not luxury, and but it's actually expected from a business that is of the 21st century and is on a way to be profitable and enjoyable. All right. So at the end of the day, you might be thinking, oh, am I just using it for email marketing? Well, you could do that for email marketing. You could do that for your landing pages. You could leverage, automation for your social media marketing. You could actually segment your audience. Some are willing to buy immediately. Some need a little bit of prodding, and some, are just never going to convert. All right. So at the end of the day, what you just need is to figure out, do I really want to create a business that's profitable and enjoyable? And then I want you to do this. I want you to ignore 90% of everything that any marketing guru has wanted to teach you. It's now time to just learn the 10% that actually matters the most for businesses like you. And you know what that is? Is a dedicated marketing automation, which will basically help you generate leads, convert them into powerful relationships, and retain those leads into customers that pay, stay, and refer. Okay. So if you're wondering how this can be possible and how you can jump the queue so that you can actually start using automation within your business, I suggest you schedule a call with me. All right. And then you can take advantage of, the leverage that automation brings to your business. And this is what we'll do. We'll work hands-on with you and develop a strategic plan. And then we'll deep dive and work through your ideal client clarity, because you want to make sure you have the right kind of people coming through that automation. There's no point in you trying to give car keys to 5-year-olds. It's not important for them at that particular moment, all right? And then pretty much we start working on the strategic messaging that needs to, work, in conjunction with that automation. Because if you're just going to overwhelm your audience with rubbish, guess what? They're going to unsubscribe. And then we'll also look at the offers that you have and the fees and the pricing that you are charging, because once people are paying attention, at least you got to have something good to sell them. All right. And if your business is not set up for you to actually create the automation in there, will optimize you so that you are ready to take on as many leads as possible, and make it convenient for them to actually buy from you. And then pretty much once that is all set up, guess what happens? We'll then help you set up your marketing engine and lead generation system to consistently attract ideal clients, and the automation starts working on its own. So you will have a lead capturing funnel, a nurturing system, and a sales conversion strategy. And it's then up to you to deliver a world-class service and then have those customers coming back for more. And wouldn't that be nice when you don't even need to lift a finger in order for that to happen? Let the automation do the walking. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au.